Shabbat Shalom. This week, the Parsha is called Eikev. We are in the midst of the part of Deuteronomy, the book of Devarim, the final book of the Torah, when Moses gives his final speeches to the people of Israel. Now understand, it's basically the whole book of Devarim. So when we look back and we first met Moses, remember his first complaint to God when he was selected to be the Navi, the prophet who would go to Egypt and tell Pharaoh to let the people go? Remember what he said to God, why he couldn't do it? He said, I can't speak well. I'm kfad peh, I don't speak well. And suddenly now, at the end of his life, he can't stop talking. First of all, he grew in the job. Second of all, what he meant originally was not that he couldn't speak, but that he was inexperienced. And when you don't have experience, you're not sure what to say or what to talk about. Now he has a lifetime of experience. One of the greatest leaders any nation has ever encountered, certainly our greatest leader, Moses, our teacher. And he's giving a speech, and there's a sense of urgency. It's like a father or a mother, a parent, speaking to a child when they know that their life is coming soon to an end, and they want to impart so much to them. They want to tell them, they want to share every bit of wisdom, and they want to reminisce. They want to go back and remember. And that's what Moses does. He's reminiscing about the past, and he's drawing lessons for the people. Now, one of the things he does in this week's Parsha, which was extremely important, is when he talks about what God does. He describes God very often to the people of Israel. God takes the people out of Egypt. He's a liberator. God is just. But listen what he says here. He says in Parshah Eikev, "For the Lord your God is God supreme, great, mighty, and awesome God." Well, it's a good way to describe the King of Kings, the Holy One, praised be He, the Creator. But then he described what God does. That's who God is. But what does God do? He shows no favor. He takes no bribe. He upholds the cause of the fatherless and the widow. He befriends the stranger, providing him with food and clothing. So this is what God does. And then Moses draws a conclusion. He says, you too, speaking to the people of Israel, you too must befriend the stranger, for you were strangers in the land of Egypt. So what's God's lesson to the people of Israel? What you experienced in Egypt, what I took you out of, was a terrible experience that you had when you were strangers in a strange land, strangers in Egypt. The way they treated you is not the way you can treat others. The lesson you have to draw from that historical experience, that suffering, is that we're not going to be like them. God upholds the cause of the widow and the fatherless. What does that mean? It means that through His creation, through His chosen ones, through those who wish to follow what we call godliness, He's able to take care of those in need. He takes care of those in need through us. We are His conduit. We are His mechanism. Think back to the first chapters of Genesis, where it says you're created in the image of God. Then the question is, what does that mean? I'd like to suggest that what the Bible is doing, what the Torah is doing, what the entire Bible, what Judaism has been doing for thousands of years, is trying to explain and understand what did it mean when it said we're created in the image of God. That's what Judaism is a search for. That's what every religion should be a search for. We want to imitate our Creator. We want to bring into the world that which He intended the world to be. We're His army. We're His conduit. We're His soldiers to try and complete the task of creation, which God says was to befriend the stranger and take care of those who are in the lower echelon of your society, those who need protection. That's the lesson that Moses draws from this entire experience. You, the Jewish people, when you're in your own land, take care of the stranger. Take care of the one who needs the most help. That's the kind of society you need to build. That's what we call a biblical society. Any society that is concerned with justice, that is concerned with the safety net, taking care of those who need help, any society that says you treat the stranger the same way you treat any citizen of this country, you give them equal justice, That is a biblical society. When they talk about Judeo-Christian ethic that built this country, that's what they're talking about. What kind of nation, what kind of people did the Bible imagine could build a just society, one that reflected what it meant to be created in the image of God? It's the one that takes care of the stranger, worries about the widow, meaning worries about the one who has the least amount of opportunity. It changes from generation to generation. Who has the least amount of opportunity in a particular society depends on the social structures, depends on the economy. But you can identify those people. You find them, and you bring them opportunity, and you make sure that they don't fall through that safety net. That is a biblical society. That is the society that Moses was telling his children as he was about to leave them. This is what you have to build. You came out of Egypt. What you learned from Egypt is not to be like them. Don't, once you have power, imitate them. Don't be the one who bring injustice. Don't be the ones who enslave the stranger or mistreat the stranger. Be the ones who bring godliness into this world. And the most important thing is to take care of those in need and always befriend the stranger, because you know what it was to be a stranger in Egypt. You know what it was to be taken advantage of and abused. So love your neighbors, you love yourself, meaning take care of them as you would take care of yourselves, and protect the stranger as you would your own brethren. That's the lesson that Moses wanted to leave for the people of Israel, and it's a lesson they expected the people of Israel to bring to the world, a light unto the nations, how to live as if we are created in the image of God. I think we live in such a country that seeks to do that as best as it can. It fails at times, but it's always moving in that direction, as are many other parts of the world. Those are the societies that the Bible envisioned could bring eventually goodness to the world and redemption to the world. During the 7 weeks of consolation, we think about how we can build a better community and a better world. Shabbat Shalom.